Batman Curse of the White Knight issue 8 sees Batman and the GTO pursue Azrael through the streets of Gotham. The GTO tell Batman to stay back in case he doubles back, but Azrael lands on the road in front of the cars, prompting Batman to activate a device that shuts off the GTO cars. Dick rips out his disruptor device, starting his car back up again and telling the others that Batman did this since he doesn't want them stopping him from killing Azrael. Batman catches up to Azrael, shooting him with the machine guns on the Batmobile, but when they don't do anything against the armored villain, he switches his gadgets, firing a grapple hook at Azrael, catching him in the leg and ripping him out of the sky. Batman uses his brakes, causing Azrael to slam into the back of the car. He then guns the engine, blasting Azrael with the rocket engine and reversing at speed into a plane at the nearby Gotham airport. Batman emerges from the car with a gun, making Azrael say that Batman doesn't kill. Batman blasts Azrael with the gun, but the villain grabs him, kicking him and telling him that if he's no longer a Batman or a Wayne, then who is he? Batman says that he's his reckoning, but Jean-Paul knows that that's not true, since he knows what Bruce really is. He knows Bruce traveled the world looking for something to repair him and bring him peace, but he learned there is no peace for someone like him, only war. So he tried to surround himself with people who could help him, but he ended up pulling those people into his war. Grabbing Batman close, Azrael says that he knows who Bruce really is. Bruce is him, and they are like brothers, like Cain and Abel. As Azrael continues to talk about how God put them both on different paths and brought them together, Dick's car smashes into him, blowing up as it hits the plane. Dick gets out of the destroyed car as he finds Batman has a gun. Bruce says that Azrael needs to die for what he has done, and if it kills him, then maybe it is for the best. Dick says that Batman hasn't learned anything from his time as the hero and nothing has changed. Batman knows that Gordon died and Barbara barely survived, and Azrael was right. He brought a war on the city and it was a mistake he brought others into it. Dick asks why he adopted him then, and Bruce knows that he ruined Dick's life because of that, but Dick says that he saved him. Bruce says that he wasn't really much of a father to the boy, but Dick tearfully says that he is his father and he still believes in him, so he shouldn't end it this way. Bruce says that Dick has always been smart enough to see his flaws and he always knew who the better man out of the two of them was. Dick gives up, telling him to end it his way, not Azrael's, but as Batman. Soon the GTO arrives, but Batman leaves since he knows Azrael is planning on blowing up the Gotham reservoir and they need to get people off the streets and into the buildings. The US Coast Guard is contacted by the GCPD, alerting them to Azrael being on their base, and he is, confronting one of the chopper pilots. Harley meanwhile watches the news of Azrael's plans from the safe house, hearing a rumble downstairs. Harley rushes to the Batcave and finds Batman leaving in the Batmobile along with his family's swords. Leslie tells him not to worry since Bruce will find a way, but Harley wonders what it will cost him since he's lost everything except for his soul, and that's the only thing stopping him from falling into the abyss. Bruce races across town, thinking of all his talks with Alfred and Victor and how his commitment to others is what makes him a Wayne, and Batman would be nothing without the man inside of him. He remembers one of his first meetings with Jim Gordon and how he knew Bruce won't always need to wear the mask, and actually believed that if they fought hard enough, Batman won't be needed anymore and the mask can come off. As Azrael flies to the dam, Batman arrives, transforming his car into a boat and shooting the chopper out of the sky, confronting Azrael with the two swords of his family. Azrael scoffs at the fact that Bruce brought rapiers to a gunfight, but Bruce knows the Arabic inscription on Azrael's sword reads God's will, so if that sword is God's will, then that's all Azrael will need to defeat him. Azrael complies, unsheathing his huge sword and battling Batman amongst the fiery chopper wreckage. The two Batmen are evenly matched, but Bruce soon becomes disarmed, forcing him back onto his Batboat, where he manages to get a hold of the villain, forcing his head down and activating the boat's shields, trapping Azrael's head between the shifting armor plating. Azrael pulls his head free from his helmet, firing batarangs at Batman and wanting to know if Bruce thinks his parents knew they were swine draped in pearls and leeches feeding off the tit of Gotham. Blinded by rage, Batman grabs Azrael's sword, slashing the villain's throat open. As the villain bleeds out, he weakly tells Bruce that he finally did it and finished what Bakaar started all those years ago and eliminated the last Wayne. Bruce refuses to let him die, grabbing a medkit from the boat and stitching the villain's throat closed. Azrael says that he knew he wouldn't live, but the Lord was on his side, which is why he spared spared his family and why the gods sent them the last night of the Saint Dumas. Jean-Paul reveals that this night found Edmund Wayne's daughter, born to a prostitute, and took her away from Gotham, putting her in the protection of the Order, changing her last name to Valley as a reminder of her birthright, Gotham Valley. Bruce says that being protector of Gotham is bigger than being a Wayne or a Bakar, which is what Jason Blood knew when he gave the journal to Gotham's true protector, Batman. In the aftermath, Bruce says his goodbyes to his friends, telling Duke that he would have made one hell of a Robin as he is arrested by Renee and led out to a police car. The car's driver is revealed to be Harley, who wants to bust Bruce free since she's lost Jack and won't lose him too. Bruce tells her not to do this, but Harley doesn't want to be alone. Bruce says that she won't be, she is just feeling lost at this moment. He thanks Harley for everything she has done, since it was her who guided him out of the darkness and helped him find his path, but most important of all, she saved his soul. Harley says that she was just returning the favor as Bruce promises he won't be going anywhere. Getting out of the car, Bruce reassures Duke that everything is fine as he waves his final goodbye to Harley, who writes a love heart in the rain on the window. Bruce is taken off to prison and Gotham moves on more or less, with Lucius Fox headlining the restructuring of Wayne Enterprises and the charities that will service the city from now on, with most of the money going to the GCPD, which the newly decorated Sergeant Bullock looks to use to recruit even more vigilantes to the GTO. Most of the people, however, are split on Batman's disappearance, many thinking he was a socialist, militarizing the police, while others think Bruce wasn't even Batman to begin with. Despite the city feeling the loss of Batman, the trial of Bruce Wayne is soon to begin. Bruce meanwhile meets with an old friend, saying Montoya needed someone to keep an eye on him, so he called in him. The man says that no cell can hold Bruce Wayne, and they both know that, so it has to be another reason. Getting up, Bruce Wayne confronts Jason Todd, telling his former friend and Robin that they need to talk. Batman Curse of the White Knight issue 8 was an absolutely fantastic and satisfying ending to Sean Murphy's sequel to his insanely creative take on the Batman family and universe. I loved everything about his take on the Nightfall story arc, and despite what people will say in my comments, I think it surpasses that of the original story and develops the characters into something that is super interesting and people I want to see more of. My favorite character redesign and redo of Sean's has to be Harley Quinn, who is easily the best version of Harley out there. Her story is wonderfully woven into the lives of Batman and Joker and Gotham itself, without coming across as obnoxious or shoehorned in by company mandate or something. Sean pulling double duty on the art is also no small task, and it never fails either. The book looks utterly brilliant, and I love poring back over the issues to find the small details I might have missed during the first reading, like Bruce Wayne's shadow always being that of Batman. I think that's brilliant, and just those little details are really cool and really help sell this lived-in, gritty, weathered look of this universe. The White Knight series again ended on a high note, and the final pages has me really excited for what they would do with a sequel and other stories from this universe. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10.